Hello, hello. One last replay cast while I wait of this patch, while I wait for the patch notes to drop, and uh, then I probably can happily clean out my folder and start anew. We have here Dwarfs against Tzeentch. I have seen that a bit lately, but my experience of it is mostly from a long while ago, where Tzeentch absolutely hated every armor and also hated armor piercing, and well, um, that's a bit outdated. We have from the dwarf side a front line of miners here. Curious to not come with shields, but as the soul grinder is currently, shields don't matter against the soul grinder, and every value you have is just fodder for it because it kills them anyway. So the less expensive the unit, the better for the dwarf side. Behind that, Bugman's Rangers, who, well, would be stalked, but we're coming to that in a second. And then here, Dwarf Warriors, Runesmiths, this time only one, probably with slowness and slowness and the Hammer of Karakdrash. Which looks good, yes. It's a really strong debuff, and it recharges actually. That's nice. I like such abilities. If you use them well, they can really get you through things. Garagram Iron Fist. That's a hero, right? Not a lot. Well, we see. Maybe he's there to grind Chaos Warriors, but I suspect there won't be not a lot. And another Rune of Slowness. Okay, so there are both.
Keep it from the foe.
I like that, but that's personal bias. From the Tzeentch side, we have Centaurs of Tzeentch. AP charge bonus, of course. If first I grab the points and there's nothing you can do about it, squat of Marauder Horseman. Afterwards, I'm curious how well they will fare because dwarves always have shooting to clean them out, and they aren't a really good pick against real heavy armor. They do damage against them, but not if the unit has also high HP on top and is cheap. So against the miners would be rather questionable already. A metal caster. Okay, we can remove the armor. Apparently, we can't. Well, then not. And the changeling. He doesn't get the wind bow since that is an item. Yeah, the changeling transformed into Tzeentch, and from here leave it running. He's good at sniping single entities, even if they are small. So against this pesky dwarven hero squad, he missed this one. Otherwise, he feels like a bit of an unorthodox choice into dwarves. His main tool is to kill large things. Honestly, I would probably right now here, when he revealed them, shoot into the Bugman's Rangers. Or if you want to go really unorthodox, bring a Soul Grinder alongside to shoot into the revealed units, but Soul Grinders can have a problem with dwarven cannons, and it's not super pretty since you have to move them quite a bit, and the firing angle is not that great. You can have cannons somewhere over here for... Well, actually, yeah, you can't complain about this Overwatch over the field. So you could have cannons here, and if there's a lot of cannons, then Soul Grinders can get problems, especially since Dwarven cannons actually have the precision to hit the thing. Empire cannons still struggle with it, which is wild. And just the Hammer of the Witches is not enough to take the thing down. So I would say you need at least 2. Yeah, okay. This is so typical. All what I have learned about this player is that she is a super speed craving enjoyer, and
You
yeah,
have the foe's victory point.
lots of cat play, lots of cat play, be it with Beastman, Slaanesh, or apparently Tzeentch. Though, yeah, I don't know if there are some factions that you can roll over with just a pure calf overload, but dwarfs are so sturdy. Like, their rangers have charge defense. They're rangers, and I don't want to even begin about the charging into the heavily armored infantry, melee infantry. That's honestly, if you're playing like this, you should have a soul grinder, not sighting. What's his value? Yeah, no. This is cheeky play here, trying to grab this point right from under the dwarf's nose. But on the replay I casted yesterday? No, not yesterday. I think 2 days ago. The dwarf player really fortified only 1 point, and here he sits in between both and keeps Overwatch on both. This is not a real threat. If you move those guys 2 meters over, you get the capture rate back. And they should turn and shoot at him. And also ignore sighting. I don't think it's a threat. Yeah, here juking around with the unit is the best you can do. I also would say you should get the runesmith over here to make cheeky grabs with the rangers and into them. Lord is behind the hill. That's, yep, good terrain usage. We've seen some shots of sighting with. I wasn't commenting on them, but they're kinda. You think it's flat here, but it's only, let's say, as flat as Itza, and I really like that. It gives you a bit terrain play. Like on positions like this, you can perfectly position some handguns and give Overwatch, but you also can hide some things from handguns. For example, it's some strategic layer, but not too disrupting, honestly. It's just probably very annoying for the map makers to make, because they have to manually do this, I would say. Otherwise you wouldn't get it in this symmetrical fashion. I shouldn't go around this. Okay, the dwarves get assaulted, but it's another hammer unit and no anvil inside. No anvil inside. Charging straight into Slayers. No, those are Doomseekers. Okay, that's might be fine. 1 Fury is already down. Tzeentch finally getting his first kill. Okay, his value isn't bad. I can't complain about that, though. I think I would assume he's over 3k cost. Ooh, nice maneuvering here to catch those. They try to grab the point while everyone is distracted. This is a good pick. Oh, here needs to be some charge. You don't want to get the grenades into your lightly armored cavalry. Though, yeah, this is currently hard in micro-attacks on the Tzeentch player, though we already see this stuff going down. Screamers, I don't know their purpose. Maybe it's to so not gyrocopters, but I wouldn't bring gyrocopters into Tzeentch. Though maybe you could, since furies are still slower, not slower, but not fast enough. We've seen that with Nurgle ones, which even have poison, and they barely got some attacks in while chasing. And then you have those dwarfs, runesmithers with slowness. Okay, we have some infantry moved up here now from the vanguard point. Sandgrass, you can wait quite a while. They're taking the point now, but once the dwarf player commits to not letting that happen and moves the Doomseekers onto the point here, which he should, there's not much that the dwarf has to do here right now except holding the point, and the Cav will disintegrate itself. Nice grab here on Angor's raiders. They are, well, if this territory here is controlled by the enemy, summoning stuff in here is, well, sketchy. Could have summoned it somewhere safer. Here along the forest lines, it looks less Cav dominated, though I don't know about the purpose right now. So we are 8 minutes in, and the dwarf player probably doesn't have anything else to summon. And just he had Slayers. Okay, those would have been better. I don't see their purpose right now, but I feel like dwarves are so far ahead that it doesn't matter. There's just nothing able to take the points. Okay, I'm not sure if they rallied or if they purposefully got moved over here. If purposefully, I like that. You have currently no good orders to give, so you put them into strategic position, and here they can grab things that come from Vanguard, or wait a bit till the dwarf forgets about it and move. Oh, we finally see the and move into getting some weak ranged. That's the word. Ranged units into the back. From their backs, even dwarves don't have charge defense. We've seen here the final transmutation finally going down. I'm not sure if it probably was infused by the Skull of Catan, and even through the dwarven magic resistance, it killed things. It sniped the Lord, though it only sniped the Lord. I'm not sure if that one was worth it. It did like, he was so low, our radius was maybe 150, 200 value if we're on top. So just throwing it into the infantry grind here would have been probably been better than immediately followed up by the Tzeentch bombardment, though all those guys here are Slayers right now, so you can't leadership shock them. Dwarfs finally taking the last point. Took quite a while. They were very cautious, which I would say is a good thing about dwarf play. For dwarfs to be playing like this. If you have 2 points. If you have 2 points and are not in a hurry, then you can play cautious. And yeah, I've seen, especially on this map, a lot of build-ups, and while one side waits here and builds up, and the other side with dwarves has grabbed that and formed a line somewhere like here, but then got into a situation where they got fully surrounded almost from a full build-up and collapsed. And if you're forming your line somewhere here, this can much less likely happen, because you can afford multiple lines and resist the surround more, since you are covering less ground simply by the length of those lines. It's different. So yeah, I've seen a lot of dwarfs throw good matchups on this map by overextending to get the triple cap. And maybe that was a bet that the Tzeentch player has made here. But yeah, I think I'll be fast forwarding now for the last minute or
Glorious.
so. Not even.
I knew it. Unending glory.
It was an attempt. The changing sighting was kind of funny. The magic was cast really on point. I'm getting pings. Maybe the patch notes have dropped. The Centigos didn't do good. It's throwing. They are absolutely cracked right now, I would say, but throwing them in unsupported into things with charge resistance, overhaul high leadership and shock resistance, and yeah, dwarves are famously resisting cavalry, and that's true even for them. So, yeah, not the play, not the play. Though it was interesting to see. I couldn't have told before, or didn't know before, so it was nice to see it played out, and now I have a definite answer for this. Though I think there was a lot of player bias going into the other choices here. Like, if you have two Centigors to grab points with, you don't need those guys. They didn't do good. And they didn't even manage to capture points in a fashion that those Centigors couldn't have done too. I think you needed some heavy armor to work as an anvil at least. Or a soul grinder. The soul grinder would have done more than that. Okay, maybe not value-wise. Value, maybe he would have done similar, but he would have gotten the full unsummon them and not be in danger. The furies were kind of thrown away. It was a bit too early to throw them in. The cuff charges on the sides weren't ready yet. A bit positioning still. Yeah, Bugman's rangers are cracked. They are so hard to kill in melee. Okay, they are also expensive, you have to say that, and they don't offer that much damage for their value, for their cost. But they are so resilient, and usually if archer or missile units in general survive to spend all their ammo, they are expected to do more than their cost. And that's generally true. So if you manage to defend them, you're rewarded for that. And Bugman's Rangers kinda gets it for free since they're so hard to kill. You have troubles if you get just full white mass overloaded. If they're walking away for the whole game or running away from marauders or something, they of course can't shoot, and marauders will take them down in melee. But except getting their whole lines get crushed, which is hard to do against dwarves, since you have this expensive shooting core and hero core, and still 7 armored units on the field. Yeah, they kind of get that for free. They're surviving. Garagram. I don't know what this was supposed to be. Doom Seekers. Yes, Seekers. Doomslayer is with a shotgun. Everything he did good. It's scary to see. They probably the tags that just armored infantry is no longer working as an anvil because they crack them down, I suppose. But well, that's about as much as I can comment, and see you on the next patch. Bye bye.